Buckle up, everyone. We are going book shopping today. Let's get into it. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Shelly, and this is my channel. It's all about books, so it's about the reviews, the news, the commentary, everything. And today we're gonna shake it up a bit. So we're not gonna have this lovely background, at least not too much anyway, because I've actually really been wanting to start doing book vlogs about my reading and just general bookish content, but I just was unsure about how to go about filming vlog style content, which is where today's sponsor comes in. So, with thousands of creative classes taught by industry experts, Skillshare is a game changer for me. I'm currently exploring classes on filmmaking and vlogging, which I'm hoping is going to help up my game in just all my content. The best part, it's designed for creatives like me, like you, basically every single person, because everybody can be a creative. So whether you're a beginner or you're more advanced, you can learn at your own pace with their stackable lessons. From film and design to productivity, Skillshare has something for every single person. And they've even introduced new learning paths that help you master skills through curated sequential lessons. So if you've been thinking about boosting your skills or really just taking on new projects like I am, then this is the perfect time to join the community. And don't think I'm just going to leave you hanging, because the first 500 people to join using the link in my description will get 1 month free. So you better get a move on, as we're about to get a move on and do some shopping. Let's get into it, guys.
But first, I finally did it. After putting off getting my nails done for way too long, I figured, why not today? Let's get these book grippers straight. Then it was time for brunch, because let's be real, you can't bookshop on an empty stomach. Next stop, Waterstones. And the window displays, all Halloween themed, which I did expect, but it's October in the UK, so I was expecting something for Black History Month too. More on that later. We wasted no time going upstairs because let's be real, that's where we always end up, because that's where our favorite sections are. And yes, we did a quick loop around the first section, around the first floor, pretending we were there for something other than the fantasy section, but then fantasy is home for us, so that's where we went. I don't know about you, but when I go to a bookstore, I always find it super fun looking at the displays and seeing, oh my goodness, I have this book, or I've read this book, or I really want to read this book. And we did that for quite some time, so it was really, really fun. So let me know, is there anything on this table that you've read or is on your list? We were actually there just going back and forth recommending books like the nerdy bookworms we are. I swear half the time it was like, have you read this one yet? Oh, you have to read this one. We were in our own little book club in full real time, I'm telling you. Then we wandered, but then after wandering through all those other sections where we pretended to be interested, but let's face it, we were just waiting to get back to what we really wanted, we made it to the YA section. YA is the ultimate comfort zone, so we spent ages there diving into all the new releases and reminiscing about the classics. But the haul, well, she didn't get anything, I know, shocking, but I couldn't resist, so I got 2 new books. So yeah, that was my day. Brunch, books, and new nails. See you next time.
I'm back. Okay, so that was a short vlog, wasn't it? Yes. But I have a reason for why I'm doing it the way I'm doing it. So I said at the beginning that I really want to start making vlogs. I really want to start making more vlogs about how I'm reading, what I'm reading, like just everything bookish. So when I go book shopping, or really just like every book that I'm reading, because I realize that I feel as though, I should say, my reactions when I'm reading my books might be entertaining to a few. And while I can give a review of a book that I'm reading, the emotion in the moment, I think that raw feel will definitely just be a vibe to watch, especially because I have had my sister, who lives with me, run into my room just like freaking out about what's going on. I was reacting to a scene in a book. Like, I wasn't ill, I wasn't physically harmed, nothing. I was emotionally harmed, sure. And that have happened like probably more than once, but whatever. And I'm just like, you know what?
what better way to review a book than to vlog the actual journey of me reading it? And I know that that might be difficult, or at least I'm thinking about how it's going to be difficult, because the logistics of I can't plan out when there's going to be an intense moment, and I also cannot record like the hours and hours of reading I do with each book, especially because I get really, really comfy when I'm reading. I don't think anybody is going to see that. But I really, really want to know how I can properly capture everything that's going on when I'm reading, or just all of my bookish adventures. And so, honestly, partnering and collaborating with Skillshare in this, and obviously getting to explore their classes in vlogging and filmmaking, I was just like, that's absolutely perfect. So definitely do be sure to check the link in my bio and be one of the first 500 and get a free month. But I didn't want to, tell you guys about it after I've tested it out and now I'm like the most perfect blogger. No, I want to like kind of take you guys along. So today was my very, very, I guess, first official vlog in the sense of me recording. So we see my skills right now. And obviously my skills are atrocious. Like I got no skin in the game. It's not looking cute at all, right? But partnering with Skillshare, obviously got to use Skillshare. And so I am going to, go through it, and I'm going to keep vlogging as much as I can. And I want us to kind of see the journey of, okay, look at her first vlog. And oh my goodness, your vlogs got so much better. Your storytelling has improved. Your camera work has improved. Like just the vibes have improved. I want to be able to say that, and I want you to be able to say that as well. So I knew the first bit of the video was not gonna hit, but I just, even like with my YouTube channel, seeing improvements in thumbnails or seeing improvements in how I tell a story, how I jump into a topic, I'm not the best, but I'm getting better and I continue to grow. So with this new segment that I want to start doing, with this new part of my channel that I want to start doing, I also want to see the growth. So I also want to experience like the entire process, as heartbreaking as that's going to be, because obviously it's kind of like starting from the beginning, because I'm going to be seeing like the tragedy of how terrible I am, like while vlogging. But it'll also be fun in the end, because the end will basically be like Christmas or something. Yeah, it'll be great to see in the end how far you've come along. Also, guys, tell me what you think of my new glasses. A few of you, I think I might have mentioned on the channel before, but for you guys who aren't, I have really bad eyes. I have multiple eye conditions, which make my eyesight absolutely atrocious. That also makes it a requirement for me to change my lenses very, very frequently. So like multiple times in a single year. So how do you like these? I do miss my old thicker ones 100%, but I also really, really love these. So honestly, I really am enjoying them so far. Like I think they might be a bit too big on my face because I think they're, slipping a bit, but I think I'm gonna go and try and get them tightened later this week. But I do want to have a bit of a chat about my vlogging experience today, but not so much the vlogging experience, but what I experienced while I was vlogging. You see? Okay, so as you guys saw, I went to Waterstones where I live. We have two Waterstones here in Manchester, and I live in the UK, so not Manchester in America. I'm pretty sure you guys probably have one. But yeah, we have two Waterstones. We have one in our Arndale, which is one of our malls, and we also have the biggest, like literally the biggest Waterstones up north. So we have the largest Waterstones up north. And so I went there all excited because obviously I went to spend the day with my friend today and we had quite a lot of fun. It was a great time. And she hadn't been to that Waterstones yet, so it's honestly great to go with her as well. And obviously we both love reading. Like she's had a great reading year and she's even considering joining us on YouTube, so excited for that. She's had an amazing reading year, and I had to like go with her and even give her a bit of like my faith that she can pick him up as well. And we went there. And one thing I was definitely keeping an eye out for was the Waterstones table. So if you're in the UK, you know how Waterstones sets up. You know that they have several tables. They change them up every now and then. These tables will be on a variety of things. They can really just be highlighting an author. They can be highlighting a season. They can be highlighting just a certain vibe. So obviously, Coho always has a table. Honestly, whatever you have to say, we're just going to leave that to the side. And obviously, they had a table about like the the fall read, so the autumn read, because we're in autumn. And obviously, they had multiple floors, so they have a bunch of different themes and a bunch of different vibes and a bunch of different focus points for each of these tables and each of these floors. Now, for those of you who do not know, October is Black History Month in the UK. So I think you guys know where I'm going. Now, as a Black woman, right, who is currently living in the UK and is a reader, I'm expecting something when I walk into Waterstones. I'm expecting them to have, I don't know, a table at least highlighting, oh, these are books by Black authors that you can pick up this Black History Month. Something to celebrate, to commemorate, to honor Black History Month. I cannot express the utter disappointment I felt walking into that Waterstones. I was so disappointed, guys. I was absolutely shocked because I went there and I'm just like, part of me already knows what I'm gonna find, but I gave chances. Okay, I gave chances and I had hope, and well, that hope was met with bleh. And I was just like, why did you have to do this? Like, absolutely, why did you have to do this? Now, Black History Month, as most people know, started off in the US to commemorate the achievements and the significance of the individuals who are of African heritage, the African diaspora. Just commemorate them and all they've done to really just make an impact in America. And because quite a few countries also have a large African diaspora community, they also adopted that same celebration. So the UK also has a Black History Month now. And I know in the Caribbean, we have Black History Month. I can't say that for all the islands, but I know in the islands that, my island that I'm from and also several of the other islands, they celebrate Black History Month as well. Now, I would think that, a prominent bookstore like Waterstones, and especially considering the Waterstones I went to, the biggest Waterstones up north, I would think that they would take this opportunity to really engage with the public in terms of really highlighting the importance of Black History Month. And so going there, and they didn't. Like I said, I wasn't surprised, but I was disappointed still. Now, Black History Month isn't about books, but books play a crucial role in how people interpret the world around them. Books play such a crucial role in amplifying underrepresented voices. And so, as the largest Waterstones up north, if you are not setting an example for your smaller stores, then I don't know who else is. Like, you are literally the one who's meant to set the standard. And quite frankly, your standard is, we don't care. Now, let's be real. A few years back, everyone jumped on the representation train. We had quite a few notes from everywhere saying, we recognize that we are not the best at representation and we really want to do more in terms of like our, corporate social responsibility and yada yada and da da da. And everyone just was doing the most. Every single corporation, every single business, they were doing the most. And then as the years kind of kept going on, we started to see, all of that kind of slip by. They said, okay, we've done the bare minimum. People are off our back now and we can stop. Because right now, what this is looking like to me is indifference. Now, it's not saying that they don't care about Black people and people of color, but it's just like, honestly, we're neither here nor there. And because they're so marginalized and underrepresented, I need you to take an active stance. I can't have you being indifferent. And you see, I won't even lie. This is one of the reasons people really prefer independent bookstores. These major retailers don't give a damn. They care about the bottom line. And not to say that that's not important. You are a business at the end of the day. You are a business at the end of the day. But, Black books sell. They sell quite a lot. So what are you doing? What are you saying? Because I don't think it would have been all that hard to replace that Coho table, to just take it away for 1 month and say, here are books by Black authors, Maybe do it in every section like you do. Here are books by Black authors in the thriller section, the fantasy section. And if you really saw that that was too much for you, then okay, just do it on one floor, the lower floor, the entry floor, so that people can actually see this when they first enter the store.
I didn't see that. And I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed. Because at most, I was just like, okay, maybe we'll get, maybe we'll get a table. Didn't see it. But at least what I expected the window to be displayed. I wanted one part of the window to say something about Black History Month. But then I saw Halloween, which I expected, and then just a bunch of other stuff. I was just like, so nothing on Black history. Interesting. And then went in and continued to be interested. I said, okay, 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 okay. And with every floor I went on and explored, there was nothing. Absolutely nothing. Honestly, look, no one wants to strong arm corporations to, to engage with the Black community. Like, we are not going to come and beg you to do this and that. But then a few years ago, you guys were begging us. Because the Black dollar has always been important. You want our money, you want our business, you want our influence, because let's be real. Social media wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for the Black people. Let's be honest about it. Most of the dance trends, Black people, let's be honest. And I don't care where in the world you are, that's a fact. I'm so sorry about it. And the least you can do is maybe highlight the work of Black authors. That's probably the least you can do. You should be doing more, because I saw advertisement for the literature festival, which obviously that is very, very exciting. I want there to be more book related events just in Manchester, because they're all down south, and that's another topic for another day. But do you know, like, the missed opportunity this was? Like, honestly, an event, highlighting the Black authors, that would have been awesome. Do you know how cool it would have been? Just having an event hearing from Black authors, how it has been being in an industry where they are underrepresented or misrepresented and marginalized still in the 21st century. Do you know how great that would have been for them to actually take the initiative and, make that step? Like, and the thing is, it wouldn't have even been hard. You have connections with publishers. Reach out to the publishers. We want to collaborate and host this event. It really wouldn't have been hard to do that. I generally don't think it would have been hard at all. I'm just like, there are so many things that I do not think is difficult if you only cared to put in the effort. Because you know what? If you reach out to a publisher and they say no, hey, can't do anything about it. But considering you can't even put out a table highlighting the books by Black authors, I highly doubt that you went as far as to reach out to publishers to do a damn thing. Honestly, it gets really, really annoying, because it just more and more is showing that, a few years ago when everyone was, doing Black Power and all of that, it was really just performance. It was really just performative activism. And y'all know how I feel about that. It's just trash. If you're just going to be faking it, don't do it at all. Like, we don't care. We honestly don't care. Because you know what? You're going to keep getting your customers, and that's true. But don't try and snag us on a lie, because you're going to get caught out, as you are right now. And it is what it is. It 100% is what it is. But, it really did grate on my nerves, because obviously I was going there, and yes, they had like Black books on display, that were related to their other, themes on their tables, like recently released books this autumn and this and that, and popular books from this genre and this and that. There were like books by Black authors there, but I would really have just liked celebrating Black History Month. Even if it wasn't the history section, you know what? Read about Black history, the pioneers of Black history in Britain, something or other. And I kid you not, we went to every section. So we were there, and I actually do like history, but we weren't there to buy history books, let's be honest. But we still went to that section. We went to the politics section. We went everywhere, bro, everywhere. And where they really could have done the bare minimum, they didn't. So it was really, really disappointing for me, as a Black reader in Britain. I was just like, well, this is sad. This is sad. And I know I haven't been all that engaged in what's going on in the book world recently, because I've really just, like I said, I've been getting back into reading, and I'm enjoying my life, away from the drama, away from all the news, just focusing on my books and me, and getting out of, I'm pretty sure I'm out of my book slump, guys, because I've really been enjoying books again, and I'm finishing books. Like, I'm not just starting them, I'm finishing them, and it's awesome. And I've read some really cool books. Like, honestly, I read a thick book recently, and I was just like, it took a minute, but you were really good.
But yeah, it's just, yeah, I've not been in tune. I can definitely say that for sure. Even like my For You page is not like giving me too much book content because I'm just like, let me just be everywhere at once. And so I acknowledge that, but even when I do tap into the book side, I'm just like, why am I not hearing anything, like anything outside of, my people who I know are going to be giving me the recommendations and speaking about this? I'm just like, I'm not hearing any events. I'm not hearing any this or any that from publishers or companies. I'm just like, you guys are dropping the ball just a bit. And I don't like. And so, of course, I know that some people are just going to be like, you know what? They don't have to do anything. They don't. Like, they're not, like I said, I'm not strong arming anyone, and they're not obligated to do anything. But at the end of the day, once again, you're showing your indifference. You're showing that you do not care about, the marginalized authors. You do not care about their stories, their impact in literature. Because let's be real, there have been grounds that have been shaken. You're saying you don't care at all. And, is that what you really want to be saying? I'm not too sure. But you know what, guys? It is what it is. I am thinking of maybe like giving a bunch of recommendations for some of my favorite genres, just spending an entire video just giving you recommendations of like my favorite fantasies, my favorite thrillers by Black authors, so that you guys can go pick them up and support them. Obviously it won't be this video, but I am going to do it. The only thing is, like, it's hard for me to go my favorite this, my favorite that, because if I keep you, I'm so sorry. I enjoyed you. And I don't know if you guys can see, but like, so yeah, I think you guys know that a lot of the books on my shelf are now at the point where they're like overflowing essentially. Like, there's just nowhere to go. So I have to like just put them where I can. And that's just, I love that for me, but I also hate it for me because it's actually getting out of hand. But then basically, this entire shelf that you see here is my, books by diverse authors shelf. So every book on this shelf, except like the hanging books, because I just had to start putting books everywhere. Even to be fair, most of the hanging books are by diverse authors, but some of them aren't. But then every other books that are officially in there are by diverse authors. And so yeah, I have like over 100, maybe even over 200 if I'm being honest, books by diverse authors. So it's not just Black authors, it's just authors all over. So I really kind of have to like go through and say, oh my goodness, this was my favorite. And by the time I do that, what's going to happen is we're going to have 100 books pulled out, because I am terrible at making that, oh, this was my favorite choice. I can say that. Like, 100%. I have books that I love. Now, the thing is, love does not mean it was a perfect book. And I was speaking to my sister about this the other day. Like, it takes a lot to give a book a 5-star. And in my years of reading, I think I've only given like 20 or so 5 stars. I'm not even joking. But the thing is, that doesn't mean that a book wasn't great and I didn't love it. But you guys know what a 5-star means. A 5-star is utter perfection, both, in a subjective and an objective way. So I can't just give 5 stars willy-nilly. And so that's where the issue is. Like, do I give them the 5-star reads, or do I give them the books that I loved? Because I loved the books that were like maybe 3.5 stars, but they were really fun for me. We can all agree that some books that aren't the best are some of our faves. To be fair, I don't think I have a book that was like 3.5 star by a Black author, because the Black authors be doing their thing out here in these streets. Okay, let's be honest. But yeah, so I don't know how to like go about genuinely giving you guys recommendations for books to read, but I don't want to keep you guys in the lurch and give you nothing because I have choice overload. So I am still trying to like figure out the logistics with how I'm going to give you guys these recommendations. I wanted to kind of like give a book a day, but I just realized with all I have on, that wasn't going to be possible. And at that point, we're only going to get 31 books, and it still didn't seem like it was enough. So if I give you guys like recommendations, you probably won't get any descriptions or reviews. You will get a name, you will get an author, and we're going to move on. So that's probably what we're going to do at some point in time this month. So keep an eye out for that. Once again, logistics to be sorted, but it is what it is. And when I do give you guys these recommendations, y'all better go and buy them. Like, don't just be putting them on a list. No, you need to buy at least one. You don't need to buy all 100 and whatever, but you need to buy at least one and support these authors. Come on now, let's get into it. But yeah, 100%. That was my first vlog, my first experience vlogging. Yes, guys, we knew it was terrible, but I guessed it was gonna be. I'm really excited to see how my future vlogs turn out. Obviously, all of my videos are not gonna be vlogs, obviously, but I'm excited to be adding this like new part of like my bookish life on the scene. Because yeah, it just seems like something fun to do and something very like more to do than just giving a review or a commentary, just giving a bit more of me. And like I said, with the reactions to my reactions I've gotten while reading books, I feel like you guys might be interested in what happens when Shelley picks up a book. I have flung books before. I'm not joking. Like I fear for the safety of my room and the technology I have in here because I just fling a book anywhere in a heated moment. I think that's how my last laptop broke, if I'm being honest. Mm, possibly. Well, but yeah, I can get very, very heated with like books and like heated scenes. So that's one of the reasons I want to capture the moments of like heat when I'm reading like a really, really like intense book because sometimes they really get you. But you know what, guys? That's it for now. Obviously, do with it what you will of what I said. But if you are in the UK, I would like to know if you've been in your local Waterstones in the month of October. Have your Waterstones done anything for Black History Month? And when I mean anything, I mean like literally putting out a table, a little card, something, a promotion. You know what? Black books by Black authors are something percent off. I don't know if that benefits anyone, but I mean, I know it'll benefit me. It'd be great. Books half off for Black people. That would be great. But yeah, I'm joking, obviously. But if you are in the UK, genuinely let me know. Is there anything going on in the Waterstones in your ends? And if not, let me know where you live and what the Waterstones is called. Like, I'm being a bit cheeky here, but I just think it'll be really, really fun to just get the numbers up. Let's see what it is and what it do. Just because, you know what? Call, let's just get the numbers. I just think it'd be interesting to get the numbers and get the facts of, multiple places. That's all for me. But yeah, that's it for now, guys. I can't wait to see you next time. I know I've been like dipping in and out and I've been away for a minute, but as we come towards the end of the year, I think everything is just piling in and it's really, really hard to kind of like keep pushing, but I'm trying my best. I really, really am. And we're gonna keep going because I love you guys so much. I do think though that along with adding vlogs to my channel, I will be definitely diversifying quite a lot in terms of like maybe the content that I am speaking about, because I read books and I speak about the thrillers and the fantasies and obviously the drama and the commentary, but I'm pretty sure I've told you guys in my intro to me video, I'm a geek and a nerd in every aspect. I read manga, I read comics, I watch anime, I read manhwa, I read webtoons. So my reading doesn't stop at just, the westerns or even just a traditional novel. Absolutely not. But more than that, I'm also just into quite a lot. And I just think it'd be fun to discuss all of these with you guys. But, there might be a thing as too much diversification, and I just don't know. I just don't know where it is. Obviously, I've been enjoying my life, went on holiday, and I have quite a few videos from that. So I am trying to figure everything out in terms of like, how do I bring it all to you guys in a very, very sensible way that doesn't confuse people who come to this channel for books. But yeah, I'm going to try and, bring things in slowly, surely, sensibly, and we'll see how it goes. I honestly might just start a new channel, but yeah, we don't know. But guys, that's it from me. I know we were going back, I was just jumping everywhere in this video, but it is what it is. And I can't wait to see you next time. Bye.